Thank you, Devin. An optimistic forecast there. And if you've ever noticed numbness and tingling in your hands, you may have carpal tunnel syndrome. And here to tell us a little bit more about this is Nurse Christina Pears. Thanks for coming on this morning. We appreciate you as always.
Glad to be here.
So first off, what is carpal tunnel syndrome?
So carpal tunnel syndrome is when a ligament in your hand gets irritated or inflamed. So we have a lot of bones in our hands, and they're carpal bones. We have carpals and metacarpals, and in our toes we have tarsals and metatarsals. But it's actually right in here, and there's the median nerve that kind of shoots through, and that gives that sends messages to your brain from your fingers about pain, heat, even to do something, to grab, move. So when that gets inflamed and tightens, that nerve can't get through there like it should.
So the messages aren't going through.
Correct. Yeah.
Gotcha. So what symptoms can we look out for if we might suspect we have this?
So you're going to have numbness and tingling in your fingers. You might have difficulty grabbing things. And sometimes it starts with numbness at night or tingling at night. And then, you know, like I said, your fingers can feel swollen and kind of useless. And then as it progresses, you're going to start to feel it even during the day. You'll have difficulty grabbing things. Again, you're going to have that numbness and tingling, that loss of sensation and movement in your hand. And it comes from like repetitious work. So when you're typing, you know, your fingers are kind of sitting at a funky angle. Sometimes people who sleep, you know, if you sleep curled up, it can cause that in there to get irritated as well. Driving, if you're on the phone and you're, you know, holding your hand up. Those are the type of repetitious movements and activities that can irritate it.
Do you know why there's a reason it starts just at night and then goes into the day? Like, is there something we do at night that...
I don't, except that maybe it's the position that we're sleeping in or putting our hands in when we sleep. You know, oftentimes we're curled up or we've got our hand under our arm or we're putting pressure. So that's all I can think of, but I don't know 100%. Yeah.
And then how can this kind of be treated?
So if you're having these symptoms, you want to go to your doctor. They can do a test called an EMG, and it checks the electrical impulses to make sure your hand is working appropriately, is responding like it should. And there's other testing that they can do as well, just to see, but that's the most common, but it starts with a physical exam. Then once they've determined what the issue is and that if it's truly carpal tunnel, you can wear hand splints. That's the easiest treatment, and it's more prevalent in women. I got carpal tunnel actually after the birth of my children, and so I just wore the hand splints at night. They have like a hard metal thing that keeps your hand in the right position, and it went away on its own. Now, if it doesn't go away on its own and you've worn the hand splints, you've gotten the ergonomic stuff for your desk to help with that. There is surgery options or steroid injections. They'll probably, you know, move to the steroid injection first, or prednisone orally, and then surgically, where they go in, they just do a little snip right there and release the pressure, so that people typically have really good results with that.
That's nice to know that there's things to be done for it.
There is, yep, and the least invasive is usually the one that works, you know, so give it a try. You may be surprised, but yeah.
Definitely very good stuff to look out for, and thank you so much for coming in and telling us today.
Thank you.
And coming up, we have What's Trending, including the return